What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be your review of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 4, Episode 9. Now, look, let me be honest with y'all. This is going to probably be a quick review because this episode didn't really give me a whole lot. And not because of the way it ended or anything like that. It just didn't really give me a whole lot. So let's go on and jump into it. So, we have to start off talking about the elimination. And, of course, everybody is just shocked that Naomi sent Manila home. And Naomi, girl, I love you. Naomi stepped in her shit and said, I'm unapologetic for my decision. I sent Manila home because that's what I wanted to do. I don't have no other reason. That's who I wanted to send home. She's competition. I'm trying to win. Bye. And it was easy because she did sort of in her mind feel like she owed Latrice a save because Latrice literally had just saved her the week before. So she felt like, you know what? This is easy. I can pay Latrice back. I'm closer to Latrice than I am Manila. And there it is. Now, we find out that Manila would have went home regardless of who won the lip sync because Monet had chosen Manila too. And Monet's thing was, because she was going to send me home on for some friendship bullshit, so I was going to send her home. And again, Monet was in her shit and said, look, I'm a petty bitch. And I don't forget nothing. So yeah, we was cool. We made up. We kumbaya. But at the end of the day, bye. She said, I don't have no explanation. I don't have nothing more than bye. I said, well. So the Maxi challenge this week. And Trixie, I said, oh Lord, I done called that girl Trixie, Lord. Trinity, of course, Trinity been going off this whole report card shit. But she was good. She was happy to see Manila ass go. She was like, well, y'all was some shady bitches for doing it, but thank you. I was like, yeah. Because that whole report card, I want to beat the best is bullshit. You want to win. And there are things you beat the best when you were in the top. How about that? See, this whole I want to be there and beat the best. You would already beat the best by you being at the top and having the opportunity to cut somebody. That's you being the best. It might only be for that 1 week, but for that 1 week, you were the best. And that's your opportunity to make the best decision for your game. And the best decision for your game is get Manila ass the hell out of there. They should have done it 3 weeks ago. But anyway, moving on. I'd have kept Gia. As much as Gia irritated my soul, nobody will. You knew you could have got Gia ass out at any point in time, because it's not that, and it's not to say that Gia wasn't a fierce queen. However, Gia didn't want, her heart wasn't in there, and I think the longer she was there, the more she would have self-destructed, and it would have been a lot easier to get her out. I would have got Manila ass out weeks ago, but that's a whole nother conversation. Moving on. So the Maxi Challenge this week was a parody of on Sex in the City. They were doing like a behind the scenes of Sex in the City Part 3, like a True Hollywood Story type of thing. Because y'all know Kim Cattrall said it'll be a snowball's chance in hell before she do another Sex in the City movie. So they were playing off that whole thing. And so Naomi, because she won last week's challenge, she had an opportunity to choose parts. Now Naomi, you fucked up. A couple of places you fucked up. You fucked up because, one, have you not learned from past episodes or past seasons that you never give yourself the starring role? Not because you don't give yourself the starring role. You give yourself a middle of the road because you put somebody up there that you think can't handle it. Now, the problem is this is All-Stars, and probably anybody you put in there probably could have handled it, but they get more of the scrutiny, more of the spotlight. Now, I get it that you felt like you had been safe and you really wanted to let the judges see you. You just come off of a win. You were feeling yourself, honey, but I just didn't think that was your best move, was to make yourself Sarah Jessica Parker. And just because you're a super fan of the show doesn't mean that you can necessarily play that part. But she gave herself the role of Sarah Jessica Parker. Latrice was the role of the lawyer, the redheaded lawyer who in real life is now a lesbian and a politician. Kim Cattrall, Monet, and Trinity were fighting over who were going to be Kim Cattrall. Now, this is the second place you fucked up, Naomi. That was your decision to make, and you let them make that decision for you. They sat over there and ended up playing some damn rock, paper, scissors. That was your job. And you let them. And you probably let them because you didn't really care who got the part. But you got to pretend like you care who gets the part. And again, you are playing strategy. You don't remember when Monique Hart had the opportunity to pick orders for that roast? It's about strategy. Who do you think is going to play that part the best versus who do you think is going to fall on their face? And you might be wrong, because you never know. People will surprise you. But at the end of the day, that was your job. And you let them pick for you. And as a result, we'll get there. So, so Monet lost. Trinity played Kim Cattrall's part. Monet ended up playing Christine, the one that's the prim and proper, that had the baby. And Monique ended up playing the character. I'm not a super fan of Sex and the City. I've probably seen, I did binge watch it, but I've only seen each episode one time. I've seen the movies one time. So I'm not but it was a character that they say is real famous for dying. She was a party girl. She died on the show. So they brought her back or whatever. Now, in the read-throughs, Monique was totally doing some old crazy shit that had them all thinking, okay, Monique, you gon' really bomb this. But when it came down to the taping, Monique stole the damn show. Y'all keep sleeping on Monique hard ass and keep believing what she give y'all. Ross Matthews was directing it, and again, I'm not gonna prolong this, y'all. Wasn't a whole lot there. Excuse me. Y'all know that what we see when they're actually practicing and doing the taping is not what we actually see. We see, they edit it down and then they show us what. So the people that look like were bombing ended up actually doing pretty well. Monique stole the show. Trinity, the judges loved her as Kim Cattrall. They weren't crazy about Naomi, Sarah, Jessica Parker. They thought that Monet, they didn't think Monet did very well in her character either. But the judges did love Latrice and her character. Okay, so that's how the critiques went down for the actual Maxi Challenge, and they played it. It was a cute little trailer. It was like it was a parody, but it was a behind the scenes type of thing. So they showed like them talking shit behind the scenes, and how they like confessionals and stuff like that. It was cute. So the runway was feline couture. So everybody was in cat. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go back to the workroom. Workroom wasn't really a whole lot either. You saw them putting on their makeup and everything, and they were basically just talking about who they thought did well and who they thought didn't do well. And Monet thought she killed that damn thing, and and Latrice's reaction was letting her know, I don't think you did what you thought you did, boo boo. And then they were talking about, of course, how people going to vote. And once again, it was like, look, at the end of the day, you're going to vote for what's in your best interest. And all of this voting on report cards, because then they start talking about that report card shit again. Don't you know that report card is out the window? Naomi blew that shit up with a TNT dynamite stick, okay? All this report card, people going to vote home who they want to vote home. Y'all down to 5. What was it, 6? Whatever it was. 5. Y'all down to 5 people. Ain't no report cards. That report cards is gone. Alright? Well, at least for most of them. Trinity might still be playing report card, but ain't nobody else playing no damn report card game. Anyway. So, the runway. Miss Trinity the Tuck, honey. You did that. She had on this feline cat suit, honey. Y'all know she got that body, yaddy, yaddy. And she did that, honey. She did that. Monet did a Pink Panther piece, right? And the judges were like, well, why are your ears round? Well, Pink Panther's ears are round. If you look, his ears are round. But Pink Panther, and I thought she looked cute. And of course, she had the bodysuit on and everything, too. Latrice Royale, she gave us a little something different, a little something. She had on a gown that had, like, the leopard print, like the whole jungle theme running through it, right? Now, and she had the hair, like the lioness type hair. I thought she did pretty good, personally. I thought her look was nice. I thought it was on theme. I wish she would have done more with her makeup. I think had she done a cat face, made herself a cat face on the makeup, I think that might have pushed her over the top. Compared to these bodysuits and all these other elaborate outfits that people had, I think she should have done a little more with her makeup. But I liked it. I liked the look, though. Then we have, the guest judges this week were Jason, is his name Jason Wu, the designer who designed Michelle Obama's inauguration dress for the first inauguration, and Felicity Huffman. Okay. Now, Mr. Wu said that he is a Latrice Royale super fan, honey. Loves her. Oh, okay. Loves her. Super fan, honey. And I said, okay, go ahead, Jason. But back to the runway. Next, we had Naomi Smalls. I didn't like Naomi's look. I didn't get it. I didn't like it. It was like this yarn outfit with a bunch of cats on it. I didn't. To me, was nothing couture about it, and I didn't like it. I didn't. And it probably was. I don't know. Y'all know. I told y'all I'm not a fashionista, so it just didn't do nothing for me. It just didn't do nothing for me. I didn't like her wig. I didn't like her makeup. It just wasn't my favorite look from Naomi. Okay. And then last but not least, we had Miss Puss in Boots, Monique Hart herself. And she did that. Her look was everything. Okay. She had them thigh-high boots. She had the hat. She even had the little sword, honey. Her little Puss in Boots sword. And Puss in Boots is one of my favorite characters. Them eyes, honey. He give you them eyes. And you don't know what to do with them things. But yeah. It definitely was, she definitely did that on the runway, right? So, the judges' critiques, I already told y'all what they felt about the Maxi Challenge. Now, as far as the runway was concerned, the only person that seemed to me, like I said, they kind of said something about Monet's round ears. They said she looked more like a mouse because the ears were round. But I was like, if she's going for Pink Panther has round ears. They weren't crazy about Latrice Royale's look. That, even Jason Wu was like, I am a super fan, but I hate to say it, but this wasn't my look for you. And again, I think had she been a little more dramatic with the makeup, that might have pushed her over. But everybody else got a decent critique. Like I said, I wasn't crazy about Naomi's outfit, but I didn't hear them saying anything really horrible about the outfit. So, tops. Trinity the Tuck, Monique Hart. Bottoms, everybody else. Now, personally, I think Latrice should have been safe because she got a good critique on the Maxi Challenge. They just weren't crazy about her runway. But, we coming up on the finale. It is All Stars. Everybody else is in the bottom. Okay. Can't really be mad about that. But I just think Latrice should have been safe because I think that Monet and Naomi got way harsher critiques in the Maxi Challenge than Latrice did. But what you gonna do? So, of course, they do their politicking behind stage, honey. And everybody, it's really not, it really wasn't no sparks were flying. Everybody is trying to save themselves. And, Trinity tried to throw some old shit in the sauce and going to throw a RuPaul talking about something. Well, who would you choose if you were me? Of course, everybody chose Latrice, except for Latrice. And again, if we're going to go by report cards, then yes. I love Latrice. I was team Latrice. I wanted Latrice to win this. Latrice fought your way back in. Won the next week. You did that, girl. I don't think Latrice should have been in the bottom this week. I think it should have been between Monique and Naomi, honestly. And Monet and Naomi, and I think if it had come down to Monet and Naomi, I think Naomi would have went home, even though she had just won last week. But for so long, Naomi was just forgettable. I thought Naomi was a sleeper. I kept telling y'all to keep your eye on Naomi. But as far as the game was concerned, I think Naomi would have gone home had Latrice been safe this week. But, damn, I just told y'all what happened. Anyway, but it came down, excuse me, so everybody is sort of saving themselves. Like I said, there were no stunners in the politicking behind stage. The only thing that was interesting was that you saw Monique and Trinity actually sort of put their heads together and kind of talk it out and kind of figure out who they thought they should choose. So the lip sync was When I Think of You by Janet Jackson. Both of them did reveals. The lip sync, in my opinion, was pretty even, but I knew who was gonna win because the camera kept going to that person. They hardly even showed Monique do her lip sync, and I thought whenever they showed Monique, I thought Monique was doing pretty decent. Now, here's my problem: Monique's outfit was sloppy to me. It had a reveal and everything, but her outfit just was sloppy. Whereas Trinity's outfit was fuchsia and it was put together, and I think that was what got her over. Because if y'all were paying attention, Trinity didn't even know half the damn words. If y'all pay attention, Trinity kept fucking up the words. And she kept doing that turn around with your back to the judges thing. So for real, I don't think she should have won just off the GP. That every time I looked at her mouth wasn't doing what the words were saying. But that's just me. Maybe that's me. Maybe my TV got a delay. I don't know. But neither here nor there. Trinity wins. And she picked Latrice. And so, Latrice is gone. And again, I'm really not even mad because I don't think Latrice has done the best. I love Latrice. I wanted her to do the best, but I don't think she did. So I'm not upset necessarily that that's how it went down. I'm upset because I'm a fan, but I'm not upset from the point of view of who deserves to be there, right? With that being said, that's it, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.